rivalry of, your top team, so your club level, your first team. But always under 23, we know, is always competitive. We're never quite sure sometimes of the teams because sometimes these young boys are pulled in to the first team squad as well. I remember watching a game here not so long ago when Derby County came, and I think they were bottom at the time, but they got a couple of experienced players back, and physically they were just too strong for Arsenal that evening. So, although you can look at the league table, sometimes that is not a true reflection of what's happening at a club.
It's interesting you mentioned that, Nigel, because it's 8 wins for Arsenal in their opening 12 Premier League 2 games this season, but none in their last 5. Football's obviously very much about highs and lows, but how difficult is it to pick yourselves up again when you're in a tough period like that?
It's very difficult because it becomes more mental than anything else, particularly with this young group of players as well. As we just talked about, could be a switching of players quite a bit as well. We've seen Balogun go out on loan, who I think, in the games that I've done the co-commentaries this season, he's been the standout player for me. So he's now gone. That's a lot of goals gone out of your team. So you've just got to stay confident. You've got to listen to your manager. But when you get out on that pitch, you've got to perform to a very, very high level. And you've not only have you got to push yourself, but you've got to be pushing the players around you.
Well, let's take a quick look at the team then, with the players that are still at the club. And obviously it features a number of changes as well to the side that drew 1-1 with Derby County last time out in the league. In goal, Hubert Graczyk is handed his second start of the season. Mazida Gungbo and Alex Kirk return from the first team's Dubai training camp in time to start alongside Zach Orr in a back 3. Ruel Walters and Zach Swanson are at wing back, with Jack Henry Francis once again anchoring that midfield. He's joined by Miguel Aziz, who makes his first start since returning from his League One loan spell with Portsmouth. And of course, Salah-Eddin is in there too. And while up front, it's going to be leading scorer Mika Biereth, supported by the ever-creative Amari Hutchinson. Meanwhile, despite missing a few key players ahead of tomorrow's FA Cup clash with Plymouth, Andy Myers has still been able to name a strong Chelsea side. Harvey Vale will no doubt grab the headlines, having been touted as one of the most exciting academy prospects out of Cobham in recent years. There he is on your screen now. But the ones to look out for me tonight are operating at wing-back. Ben Elliott has been the subject of plenty of transfer debate, while Dylan Williams makes his first appearance in blue after joining from Derby County last month. So we're just about ready to go here, and it will be Arsenal to kick us off. It will be interesting to see, as I think, Nigel, they're going to go toe-to-toe in very similar systems, 3 at the back for each side.
Yeah, and also it's just about taking control in the football, moving the ball through the lines quickly, counter-attacking play at times. So it's just interesting to see how they might play the same systems, but it could be completely different tempo to the game that both teams play with. So just have to watch the start. You see, I would think that both teams want to get hold of the ball, they want to knock it around, but at times you've got to have that cutting edge to play through the lines quick.
Well, we are expecting a frantic start between these two sides. They have met very frequently this season. Saw a lot of jokes on social media when the game was announced that it was going to be streamed. People saying, how are these two teams playing against each other again? Of course, it was Arsenal who got the better of them earlier on in the Premier League 2 season, a 6-1 win away to the Blues. A number of the players are involved tonight did play, but as Nigel says, it was Balogun who scored twice on that particular evening. And he's obviously out on loan. Biereth scored a hat-trick. Also, Rikic was sent off for the Gunners. He's not involved at all tonight as he's being rested. So it will fall on players like Alex Kirk there in your shot to cover for the Tunisian. Opportunity for Josh Brooking to aim one down the line. Now here's Lewis Hall, one of a couple of players in the side who have had first team experience. Got an assist for Romelu Lukaku on his debut. Very talented youngster. He was playing left back on that occasion. He's playing a lot further forward. He'll be looking to pop up in central positions like that as he was brought down by Salah-Eddin. Umbiamba out to the right-hand side now for Ben Elliott. An overlapping run as well. Dion Rankin's there with him. He does come into the middle. It's a first real tester for Dubuk Grashik. He had to be confident. He had to take his mind up early. It's the right decision from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's good play, wasn't it, by Chelsea down that right-hand side. It looked like initially that ball might have got a slight deflection, but Rychak needed to be sure.
First real tester for Dubuk Grashik. He had to be confident. He had to make his mind up early. It was the right decision from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's good play, wasn't it, by Chelsea down that right-hand side. It looked like initially that ball might have got a slight deflection, but Rychak needed to be sure and just pushed it behind for a corner.
Bit of hands-on defending in the area by Zach Swanson. Ball is whipped in once more, headed up and away by Zakor. It's a bit further upfield by Salah-Eddin. Now here's Jack Henry Francis. That's the left-hand side for Zach Swanson, playing at left wing back with Joel Lopez on the bench. Lopez, another player who was involved in the Dubai training camp, so good to see that Kevin Betsy's able to keep his squad fresh. Plenty of options on the bench as well, of course. Lewis Hall goes all the way back to Josh Brooking, one of 3 Chelsea centre-backs. Interesting to see, isn't it? Because the system that Arsenal are using, Nigel, doesn't mimic the first team, whereas Chelsea's is exactly the same style.
Yeah, you usually find that, particularly nowadays, that you do try to get the same system throughout the club. So why that Arsenal has switched to, a back three, I'm not entirely sure. I think the first team, crunching tackle coming in there, wasn't it?
Harvey Vale on Jack Henry Francis.
Just a bit over enthusiastic, but usually the teams, you just see it here. Yeah, it's a little bit naughty as well. It's a little bit late. Very lucky there to just get away with that. I don't think the referees issued a booking, but yeah, it was a strong challenge, but a late challenge. But just going back to the Arsenal situation, I'm surprised they haven't switched back, or maybe that they just feel that they haven't quite got the right personnel to go that way.
A few players are out injured for Arsenal as it's given away relatively easily by the defenders. Here's Dion Rankin. Not to Simons on the right-hand side. And the header glanced just wide by Harvey Vale.
There's a terrific ball into the box. And Harvey Vale just didn't need to move, did he? And I just wonder if he actually got too much on that header, because I would have thought from that position he would have been looking to go and flick it across Grajcek into the far corner.
Given away by Arsenal again. Here's Vale once more. Trying to clip one into the box. Dion Rankin was the man in the middle. And Arsenal were just content with conceding a corner.
Very interesting, because the last game that I covered for Arsenal under 23s, they were also very, very sloppy in the first 15 minutes, trying to play out from the back, giving it away a lot of times, and that's what they're doing, 5 minutes in this game.
Plenty of height in there for Chelsea. Dealt with, though, by Mika Beereth in the penalty spot. Heads it clear. Still some defending to do, though, for the Gunners. Lee Gungbo was just able to get a foot in and clear that one towards Jack Henry Francis, and Amari Hutchinson is dumped down on the halfway line by Xavier Simons. It's Josh Brooking there, and it might be the game's first yellow card, judging by his reaction.
Yeah, it was a good little turn, wasn't it? by Hutchinson, and Brooking has really just fell for that and lunged in. And he may feel he's a little lucky to get booked after the last Chelsea player got away with the first challenge, but I think the referee's just looking here and saying, I just really need to now take a grip of the game, because that's, you know, to me, it should have been 2 bookings already to Chelsea.
Well, Sanradine goes short and he's allowed to carry the ball forward now, but that's asking a bit too much of Hutchinson. It's a wasted opportunity for the Gunners to get the ball into the danger zone. Chelsea, though, wasting no time getting the ball forward themselves. Cleared long by Zakor. Underneath that one is Xavier Mbiamba. Moves it forward into no man's land. Able to be picked up there by Miguel Aziz. That's the left-hand side for Jack Swanson. Aziz robbed of possession in midfield, though. Chelsea can come again, or could they? It's scrappy in the middle of the park from both sides so far. Henry Francis looking to change that, angling a ball into the channel. One for Rua Walters to chase. And he will, the teenager. He'll run up and down all evening long. No luck on that occasion, though. The ball's thumped out of play by Zakor. Dylan Williams, it is, taking the throw-in on the left-hand side. I'm actually wondering, Nigel, whether Chelsea have already switched to a back 4 in the opening stages. It looks as though Williams has gone to his more natural position as an orthodox left full-back. I'll say that, and now there's another player that's just dropped in at centre-back, so perhaps not. There's Alex Kirk, bit of work to do.
Yeah, they may just be switching the system slightly. I always, when I'm watching a game, I tend not to worry too much about the formations that we're giving or what we're looking for, because it's all about adapting when the game is on. You know, you can say you're playing with a back 5, but sometimes one of the back players may have to step into midfield for a couple of minutes. So it's all about movement, rhythm of the ball, seeing opportunities and being brave enough to take those opportunities and make decisions. So Chelsea may switch occasionally, or players just may be filling in.
Speaking of bravery, Zakor it was, making a lung-busting run to join the attack there, stepping out from the back. It's Amari Hutchinson who wins possession back. Good bit of work by Swanson on that left-hand side. And fairly won back by Rankin. Elliott losing out this time. Almost 10 minutes gone here. One clear-cut opportunity so far for Harvey Vale to open the scoring for Chelsea. Couldn't direct his header on target, though. Other than that, it's not been the tidiest in terms of possession from either side. Arsenal have managed to bypass the press. Here's Swanson galloping forward. Hutchinson peeling off inside. He does get the ball now. Hutchinson a step over to leave his man as he gets towards the penalty area. Still Hutchinson. Support from Walters. Now Kirk. Back to Hutchinson again. Heavy first touch, but he's managed to retrieve the ball. Plenty of pressure from Dylan Williams. Eventually concedes a throw-in. Plenty for Kevin Betsy to think about in the opening exchanges.
Yeah, I think Arsenal will want to get Hutchinson and Salahuddin and Aziz onto the ball as much as they can, try and dictate a little bit of the play. It's quite hectic. It's quite scrappy at times as well.
Chelsea certainly aren't playing like a side that sat 11th out of 14 teams in the PL2. Just 17 points from their opening 17 games in this competition. It certainly looked like a physical side against the young Gunners tonight. Actually winless in their opening, in their last 5 Premier League 2 games of this season. Chelsea have only won, winless in their first 5, and they've only won once in their last 5, which was a 5-0 thumping of Leicester. That was very uncharacteristic of this season, as Lewis Hall able to take strike from range. It was a comfortable stop for Gracic, who could see it every step of the way. Henry Francis. Now Swanson. Hutchinson back to Swanson again. Chelsea very quick to close down every time the ball is out in those wide areas. Gungbo forced to go back to his goalkeeper. Good disguise on the pass from the England youth international Gracic. Loose again from the Gunners though, this time Biereth losing possession. Now Lewis Hall takes a moment, waits for his teammates to join him in attack. Switches play for Josh Brooking. Brooking again over the top. I'm not sure Chelsea needed to force anything from that position. For a second it looked as though they'd on their passing range. So not more confident and controlled by them. It's given away cheaply to the Gunners. Zakour. Arsenal, of course, 4th in the PL2, behind Manchester City, who are top by a point but have played a game more than West Ham. Level on points with Tottenham Hotspur.
Chelsea just look a little quicker, don't they? To the
well, there's a decent ball into the box, and it's an opening goal. And it's Jaden Wareham who applies the finishing touch, but it was a searching cross that did all of the work there for him. Excellent movement in the box, must be said, but the ball put it right on a plate. And Chelsea take a lead. It's Arsenal 0, Chelsea 1.
Yeah, terrific ball into the box, and Wareham there, just stretching, actually going with his right foot and just guiding it into the far corner. It's actually a very good finish as well. Not an easy finish. Terrific ball into the box, but an equally good finish. And I was just going to say that Chelsea just looked sharper to the ball in the opening 14 minutes. It's been a bit scrappy, but Chelsea are picking up the ball there, harassing Arsenal, and Arsenal just really haven't got into any rhythm. And I was going to say Chelsea looked the more likely team to take the lead, and then they put with the goal. So let's just see now how Arsenal respond. But I think Arsenal got to take better protection of the ball.
Might have been an opportunity for Hutchinson to get in there. Bergstrom, it is the tall fin in the Chelsea goal. And flying out to smash out of play. But for Jaden Wareham, that's a 4th goal this season. Joined Chelsea from Woking after a successful trial last campaign. Actually made his senior debut for Woking as a 16-year-old. Plenty of talent there. You could see it in the finish. Good work by Amari Hutchinson to get away from his marker. It's a decent cross as well. Xavier Simmons had to get that one right.
Well, terrific play by Arsenal initially. Lovely little bit of skill, but also great defending as well by Simmons on the far post. Look at this lovely bit of skill by Hutchinson. Beautiful bit of skill. Good ball to the far post, but equally impressive defensive play there by Simmons and Chelsea.
There's Hutchinson again, swapping wings, but unfortunately under pressure from Ben Elliott, can't keep the ball in play. We're deep in discussion on the Arsenal bench now. Arsenal have been very sloppy when they've got into these positions. They will win a free kick. And hopefully from this set piece, we'll actually see the ball delivered into the box. They went short earlier, it didn't work. They have another opportunity from a much better angle. So Hutchinson places the ball. Our referee, James Durkin, just make sure that the ball is in line with the magic spray. It's one right arm up from Hutchinson. Instead, it's delivered by Salah-Eddin. When he had to make the decision there, Xavier Mbiamba, right underneath his own goal, heading up and behind for a corner kick.
That's good defensive play, wasn't it, by Mbiamba in the end, because he was almost on the goal line there when he had to make that decision and headed it up and away for a corner to Arsenal.
Will be Salah to take this corner. Uses the short option again to Hutchinson. And delivered deep into the area and headed home. Well, Zakor climbed high and he was able to guide that one into the bottom corner to level things up here at Meadow Park. It's Arsenal 1, Chelsea 1.
Oh, lovely work corner by Arsenal. Just thinking, is this a wasted opportunity to put the ball into the box? And they play short and then they whip it into the box. And it's a lovely header by, or he's actually facing away from the goal and then just guides it down into the corner. Arsenal back level. Terrific goal by the Gunners.
Another good ball into the box, this time from Zach Swanson on the left-hand side. Just like that, the Gunners are right back on level terms. 2 goals in the last 4 minutes here in Boreham Wood. With goals coming from crosses on the same side of the pitch as we look at it.
Yeah, two different crosses, wasn't it? But both with the same result. High quality crosses and 2 good finishes as well.
Looping cross from Zach Swanson. A low searching ball from Xavier Simmons for Chelsea. Finding Jaden Wareham, who opened the scoring before Zakor equalised just moments ago. Swanson battling on that far side up against Wareham. Obviously desperately trying to get the ball towards the far post where Lewis Hall was waiting. Instead it's Henry Francis who brings it away and finds Biereth. Now look at Ruel Walters charging forward on the right-hand side. Biereth spotted him. His cross-field pass is blocked. And now Chelsea can break away. Carly Webster unable to find the goal scorer, Wareham. Game seems to have opened up a bit more, Nigel.
Yeah, a little bit more, let's say, calmness on the ball by both teams. Let's just see here, Arsenal knocking it around, went into midfield, happy to come back, just got the equaliser. Now just want to keep good possession of the football, but still need to keep moving that ball sharply. Don't let the opposition close you down and nick it, particularly on the edge of your box. Yeah, the game has settled down, a bit more control play, particularly in the last couple of minutes from Arsenal.
Gungbo finding Swanson, provider of the Arsenal equaliser. It's Miguel Aziz who's now dropping in on the left-hand side. Going for an audacious switch of play. Well read by Chelsea. And they come forward once more. Very direct when they do come forward, Chelsea. Always looking to get the ball in behind the Arsenal back line. A bit too much on it on that occasion from Lewis Hall. He was saying he did make his senior debut, Lewis Hall, at left wing back in the third round of the FA Cup. Chelsea demolished Chesterfield. He assisted Chelsea's third, Lukaku. Actually, in the process, became the youngest player to start an FA Cup tie for Chelsea. There's lots of hope for him in West London. Read well by Josh Brooking. There's Mbiyamba. Trying to get his side on the front foot again. Here's Lewis Hall. Pitching play out to Dion Rankin on the right-hand side. Powerful runner with the ball. A tricky customer as well. Blocked out as far as Harvey Vale. His shot's blocked. All the way out. For Ben Elliott to have a go. Hubert Grashik got his body right behind that one.
The initial shot was blocked, wasn't it? And then when it came out to Elliott, it was actually a decent effort come through a whole host of players. And Check made a comfortable save in the end, but had to watch it all the way across to his right-hand side.
Well, here goes Hutchinson. His side right back on the front foot. Spraying a ball out to the left-hand side as well. Zach Swanson. And here's Salah. Chelsea have got players back. There's a blue wall around the edge of their own penalty area now for Arsenal to try and find gaps in. Very compact defensively, the Blues. Arsenal are made to settle for a throw-in on the far side, which Salah will take. Of course, himself was named on the bench in the FA Cup as well against Nottingham Forest. Also against Leeds in the Carabao Cup. Prior to that game, he had 14 appearances, 5 goals and 2 assists, although he is yet to score in this competition. As easy it was there, trying to make a forward run. Just his third under-23s appearance this season. Spending most of his time on loan on the south coast with Portsmouth. Mbiyamba looking under a bit of pressure from Salah. And Xavier Simons on hand to help him out on the right-hand side. Now a Gungbo up against Wareham. Just happy to shield that one out for a throw-in. Aziz back to Henry Francis. It's a good first touch by Grachik to take it away from the pressing Chelsea man. The second touch, though, has given it straight back to the opposition. There's Simons, Rankin on the overlap. He's fast. He's not that fast. Dion Rankin's actually a North London local. Grew up in the borough of Barnet. Joined from Cambridge, age 13. The Chelsea man can play left wing or right wing. Adventurous and pacey. That's how their club's website describes him. He was actually a 100-metre sprinter when he was at school. Just keep a very close eye on that right wing for Chelsea. So if there's space in behind, you can be sure that he'll be there to exploit it. No opportunities for him yet, though. Zakor can bring the ball out from defence. Again, it's out for a throw-in on that far side. Harvey Vale with a bit of pressure on him. 3 Arsenal defenders crowding around him to steal back possession. And now Aziz can try to break through a few challenges before eventually being halted by the second or third to come in. Williams hitting one long for Lewis Hall to chase. Zakor in his long stride will get there first. Now Alex Kirk will get caught in possession himself, actually, and here's Jayden Wareham, the goal scorer. To buy a bit of space, a bit of time for a shot, perhaps. Eddie's forced back to Charlie Webster. Now Williams back with Webster. Arsenal recovered well there from giving the ball away in a pretty dangerous area. Chelsea is straight back on the attack again, and Lewis Hall is with the ball at his feet. Once that cross, though, straight down the throat of Hubert Grashik.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Lewis Hall so far. He's got good movement, he turns well with the ball, but that was a poor cross into the box. I thought he was going to go for a low-whipped cross straight to the goalkeeper.
Well, there's another opportunity, and it's straight at Grashik again. Goalkeeper getting 2 very strong palms behind that strike. Fierce hit from Jayden Wareham, just lacked direction. Straight at the goalkeeper in the end, but he found himself in acres of space, the Chelsea striker. Arsenal's back line at the moment are a bit all over the place. Chelsea looking to capitalise. Here's Williams. Now Lewis Hall again, the danger man on this left-hand side. Webster. Williams. January recruit from Derby County. And it is first-team debut by Wayne Rooney, where he made 8 senior appearances, including 6 in the Championship. He's a former Wolves Academy player. He was with the Rams for 4 years. Long from Bergstrom. Allows Arsenal to get themselves back on the ball, albeit very momentarily. Now Rankin can put that speed to good practice. There he is, losing Zach Swanson with a step over, whipping one into the area. The long leg of Zakor, and possibly Mazida Gungbo in there as well. Arsenal were able to clear, lost possession again. I don't know if it feels like it for you, Nigel, but it seems like Arsenal sense there may be an opportunity on the counter-attack against this Chelsea side.
Yeah, just slightly worrying for me though that we still look a little sloppy defensively. Just having a look at the chance here for Wareham again. It's a great strike, but luckily for Arsenal, it's straight at the goalkeeper. But I think Chelsea look more powerful to me at the moment, and Arsenal just struggled to get any real rhythm into the game. I think they need to get Hutchinson into the game. He's the one player I really like watching. When he picks up the ball, he's got good pace as well. Not sure what's been said or is happening here, but I still feel at the moment Arsenal be happy that they're level.
Oh, just having a Very momentary pause. Zach Swanson using the opportunity to grab a drink. It seems like tonight's referee,
the referee or linesman's injured. Look, is it the linesman? I think he's holding his back, isn't it? Is it the linesman? Might get a change of. Might get a change here, I think.
This is very rare. It's always a source of much amusement for the fans in the ground. We hope that it's nothing serious. It doesn't look to be by the reaction from his colleagues. It does mean that they are going to have to swap jerseys, and we are going to see a new man running the line on that far side. Well, half an hour gone here. Chelsea it was who took the lead through Jaden Wareham. Zach Orr equalising 4 minutes later. It was a slow start by both sides. Arsenal in particular. I know you mentioned it earlier, Nigel, about having a slow start the last time that you commented, but what have you made of their reaction since then?
They've done well to get back into the game. I think they obviously got the goal at the right time. I still feel that Arsenal defensively along that back line look a little bit nervous. Looks to me as if Chelsea might have the power in that area to create more chances, but I just feel that Arsenal, they've got to be, when they're playing out from the back, they've got to be more careful with the ball, but also at the same time, the ball has to be moved sharper than what they've moved it so far, so that they can play through, if you like, the first press, give the midfield then time to get on the ball and push Chelsea backwards. I feel we've lost the ball too much in the final third areas, trying to sometimes play in areas where probably not on or appropriate to play at times, and then sometimes you have to go a little bit longer, and I think it's down to the coaching staff as well to make the boys understand that yes, we want you to keep the ball, we want you to pass the ball, but I always call it risk assessment. At times you've got to make a risk assessment, and if you need to drop the ball a little bit longer, then you do that, but you have to do that with quality as well. You know, a 20 or 30-yard pass where you're dropping it into a player is equally as important as a 10-yard pass that's fizzed into somebody as well. So just be interested to have got this short break to see how Arsenal pick the pace back up, whether they can eradicate the errors defensively at times where they're just giving Chelsea the chance to get back into the lead. And I think that would be if I was the manager, be slightly worrying for me.
This is an Arsenal side that have struggled for confidence, for a bit of consistency and a bit of cohesion in recent weeks. To be going well in November. 3-2 win at Blackburn, coming from 2 goals behind to win on that occasion. But then since then we've had a 5-3 defeat against Derby, a 2-0 defeat against Everton, consecutive draws against Brighton, West Ham and Derby. Tonight against a pretty out of form Chelsea side seems like a good opportunity to find that cohesiveness and get back to winning ways. Yet to see too many opportunities created by the Gunners. Had no problem getting it into the final third, but it's been the final ball, the final delivery when they have got there, which has been lacking. Still plenty of time yet to play.
Yeah, we're just going to have to wait, aren't we, as well, for the assistant, the linesman, to do his little warm-up and get up to the pace of the game. Made me smile there. We had a little run and then stopped and did a stretch.
It makes me wonder what happens if he then pulls up, if he's not been able to stretch enough.
Well, someone in that crowd will be called down, I'm sure. But, I'm sure we should be all right from here, just like the other assistant or linesman, as I like to call them. Just looking like he had a twinge in his back from the way he was holding it. So we're all ready to go again.
I remember watching a women's game here at Meadow Park when Lucy Oliver was the referee and her assistant pulled up. So her husband, Michael Oliver, came onto the sideline, ended up running the line. Not sure we're going to get, well, hopefully not going to get anything like that tonight. At least, nice bit of work from Zach Swanson on the left-hand side. Robbed of possession though, but thankfully for Arsenal, it'll go all the way through to Hubert Graczyk. Dean can't keep that one in play. Taken quickly by Lewis Hall, but again, the ball just doesn't seem to be sticking to any player on the pitch at the moment. It's all a bit scrappy, all a bit frantic. Salah Dean can take it into his stride, and a free kick is awarded for a foul against Xavier Mbiamba.
It was just a scrappy period of play, wasn't it? And just watching that again, he may feel that he was a little unlucky, but it just came through the back of Beereth, wasn't it? Good opportunity again here for Arsenal. Maybe a little bit too central for them. Be interesting to see if they can work something different from this free kick.
It's an inviting position for Arsenal. Will it be the left-footed shot, and perhaps a right-footed delivery from Salah Dean? It's Hutchinson who does deliver towards the far post. The gun goal was up there, not as far as Kirk on the edge of the area. Trying to switch play. It's a bit behind Beereth, but he'll keep it in up against Lewis Hall. Commentator's curse, I think.
Well, a few players, to be fair to you, have done that tonight. They've gone to control the ball, and their control hasn't been good enough, and it's just rolled out of play. That's 3 or 4 times that's happened now. So just shows you sometimes what's happening in the game. You know, I think Arsenal are struggling to really get any rhythm into their play, but plenty of time left in this match.
It's very closely. Nearly given away on 2 occasions from Arsenal. That clearance very nearly worked in their favour. But Hutchinson had strayed into an offside position. Loose passing, to say the least, from the Gunners there.
It might have been a mistake by Orr initially from Arsenal, then a mistake by Hall, and it broke forward, and I think it was Hutchinson was offside. It was just a horrible passage of play, wasn't it? Both these teams have got some players of real ability in their team. But at the moment, it looks as if both teams are still searching for real rhythm.
Here's Mbiamba under pressure from Hutchinson and gives the ball away as a result. And Salah out to Walters, back with Kirk. Salah again, a bit better from Arsenal. More conviction behind the passes, a bit more movement as well. Watson looks up for an option. He's got one out wide in Aziz. So Swanson again, who will switch play for Alex Kirk, playing on the right side of Arsenal's back three. Under pressure, he can only hook it down the line, and it's back at Chelsea feet again. Hall. Simons. Again, the Chelsea captain stepping out of defence, carrying the ball forward on the right-hand side. Brooking. His defensive partner, Mbiamba. Zakor stayed with Jaden Wareham. One possession back for the Gunners again. Henry Francis will collect it from deep. Here he is again, the midfielder. Now Zakor, knowing that he's got Jack Henry Francis behind him, is able to push forward a bit more. Clattering into a challenge, which he loses out of. Hall switches play to Rankin on the far side. Watched all the way by the Gungbo. will still break for Wareham. Clever ball as well across the goal. Tell you what, Henry Francis did just enough to put Harvey Bell off that header.
Well, that was brilliant by Henry Francis. This was a certain goal. Again, a bit of scrappy play by both teams, but then the ball comes in, and it's Henry Francis very brave there, just jumping into the Chelsea player. Good play, good defensive play, realising where the danger was and trying to deal with it, and dealt with it very well.
Kirk hits that one up and away. It looked like a clearance at first, but I think he knew exactly where that one was heading. Turned into an excellent cross-field ball from the young defender. Now here's Aziz trying his luck from distance. We've seen him find the top corner from that sort of range before.
Well, that's the sort of play that I've seen from Arsenal in the games that I've done this season, moving the ball through the lines. Lovely, good, quick, counter-attacking play, and ending up with, the Aziz shot was up and over the crossbar, but to get into that position, it was good, quick, incisive play by Arsenal.
Certainly a lot more progressive from the young Gunners. And there's Alex Kirk again. Two good bits of play from him in the past 30 seconds or so. And Walters can continue his run. Instead, he's gone on the underlap for Hutchinson. He's going to cut back onto his left foot, trying to find an angle for a cross. Not as far as Salah. Loses the ball under pressure from Ben Elliott. Henry Francis here. Put Arsenal back on the attack. Walters to deliver from the right. Cleared at the near post. Two Chelsea players getting in each other's way there. And still have the ball back at their feet. Here's Walters again. Getting past the offside line. And BRF trying to dig one out. Far across himself into the bottom corner. Just inches wide on the occasion. Arsenal's leading goal scorer.
Last 2 or 3 minutes is Arsenal's best passage of play. And again here, good ball into the box by Walters. And BRF does very well. It looks initially if he's lost the opportunity, but then fights for the ball and then just swivels, right-footed shot. And it just drifted wide of the far post. Good bit of play by Arsenal again, just picking it up towards the end of this first half.
We're about to find out how many minutes will be added on. Expecting a lengthy period of injury time as we see Zakor and his mazy run before clattering into Ben Elliott. It's a heavy collision. Still seems to be hobbling a bit in the aftermath. Swanson downfield to BRF. Just wondering if he takes a bit more confidence following that opportunity that he had then. A few of his touches tonight haven't been at his usual high standard. Or all the way back to Gracic. Sweeping switch of play to find Hutchinson under pressure from Williams. Manages to escape his clutches. And wriggles away from one, not another. 5 minutes added on at the end of this first half following the injury to the assistant who was holding the board up there. And now it's Rankin who can pull it forward into the box. It's a good stop from Hubert Gracic. Full stretch, using his foot to clear that one away from his own goal. Lewis Hall it was. I think the Chelsea striker would have expected to do better from that position.
Chelsea breaking away through the middle, and Rankin wasn't it with a cutback. And the shot comes in, and Gracic, Lewis Hall with the shot, and Gracic with the save. Good opportunity really for Chelsea, but Good positioning by the goalkeeper.
Did what he needed to do, Gracic, to get that one out of his 6-yard box. Arsenal indebted to their goalkeeper in the latter stages of this first half.
He's made a couple of good saves this evening, goalkeeper.
He signed his first pro contract way back in March, made his under-23s debut against Liverpool last season. Since then, he's been limited to his under-23s game time. To the likes of Arthur Okonkwo, Carl Hein, Ejeheri as well, just to name a few goalkeepers that Arsenal do have in their ranks. He's really turned up tonight for his side. His second appearance of the season at this level. Is the England under-18 international. He'll get us back underway finally from that free kick. Salah to Walters, back with Salah. Clever header from him to find his midfield partner Aziz. Now Walters once more. Trying to get round Williams. Williams uses all of his experience to shepherd that one out of play. Seeing the size there, actually, of the Chelsea goalkeeper, Lucas Bergström, 6'7", Finland's under-21 international. Actually was spotted playing for Sami Huppia's academy in his homeland. Grew up as a number 10, only started playing in goal age 14. I can imagine it's probably because he was one of the tallest players there. Forward by Xavier Simons.
You usually find, don't you, tallest player, goalkeeper, centre half or centre forward.
It's interesting you mentioned centre forward. His boyhood idol is Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
I remember him.
Not sure how well that lends itself to playing in goal, but seems to be serving him quite well so far. The
well, if he has a career like Ibrahimovic has, then he'll be very happy.
Well, here's Rankin looking to make things happen at the other end. Still driving into the area. It was a good challenge from Masida Gungbo to block the shot and then to clear from the resulting cross.
It was good defending by Bungbo because Rankin was through again, just about to fire his shot away, and Bungbo